mag-subscribe ka na!
Hello, 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 universe.
Hello mga buweks! Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Galaw-galaw para hindi mo pa imburnal. Hello sa ating mga subscribers dyan. Ganun din sa ating mga new subscribers. Welcome to Parade of Beauty! If you are here today, welcome to the new era of beauty. Beauty is in you, Jimbo. Kamusta naman kayo mga buweks? Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Wednesday na naman. At syempre, papalapit na naman ang weekends. Ayan, na-excite ako sa Miss Grand Thailand. Nakakainganyo silang panoorin, no? But anyway, ayan nga, syempre, papalapit na rin ang Miss Universe Aqua Boracay, di ba? Ang kanilang swimsuit competition doon. But anyway, bago ang lahat ng yan, tignan muna natin itong si Krishnah Gravidez. Di ba? Nagkaroon siya ng live interview sa isang Indian vlogger. Ayan. Actually, ina-upload ko to kagabi. Ito lang interview nila. Kaya lang, parang nung in-upload ko siya, pag iaano ko na siya ng public, kasi na-unlisted muna siya kung may copyright, ganyan. Kaya lang pag ipapublic ko siya, biglang ano siya parang checking pa rin, chine-check pa rin yung parang yung visibility, parang ganun niya. So dinilit ko yung una, tapos nire-upload ko siya, ganun pa rin. So I guess parang ang gusto ni YouTube merong face ko, no? Merong face ko sa vlog na ito. So ito na lang ang gagawin ko, gagawa na lang natin ng vlog, no? Titignan natin kung talagang pumalo ba itong si Krishnah Gravidez dito sa kanyang interview, live interview sa isang Indian vlogger, diva. Hello po sa mga nanonood dyan. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click your notification bell para mas updated kayo sa ating mga chika everyday and night sa mundo ng pageantry. And please like this video. Thank you so much sa mga nag-likes. Sa mga hindi nagla-likes, na i-stroke dito sa Parade of Beauty. Kung ayaw may stroke, atakihin sa puso. Galaw-galaw, diba? Para hindi ma-stroke at atakihin sa puso. Mema lang, diba? Anyway, umpisahan na natin ito mga buweks. Panoorin nyo ito.
Oh, how are you? It's so nice to see you. Thank you so much for this live. I really appreciate it.
First of all, thank you so very much for accepting the invitation of this live. We're honored to have you on board. And I have to say this thing, that this is the most awaited live that I have done as of now. Because the request for your name, I was getting like, please do a live with Miss World Philippines. And
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
okay, we will contact her.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited to do this. And I'm very sorry if it took, I think almost 2 weeks, or I don't know, it took a long time because I was very busy with everything, but I was very excited to have this live and converse with you to share my story, my preparations for Miss World. And thank you so much for having me here.
It's an honor as well. And I have to say this thing as well, that you have a big fan base waiting for you in India for Miss World.
Thank you.
I mean, like, the number of fans that you have in India, it seems like that you have the whole Filipino family in India for you.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I always say this, that Indians have a special place in my heart because ever since I was college, I had a few Indian friends. They were exchange students in our university, and I've seen how warm they are, the positive outlook that they have in life, and it inspired me so much. That's why I cannot wait to meet all of you there and explore your culture yet again.
That would be amazing. So we received so many questions for our live with you. Some questions are regarding your preparations, some about your journey to Miss World Philippines, and some are some pageant party questions, on-stage questions that were asked in the previous editions of Miss World. So the very first question that we have for you is, what was your reaction when you got to know that India is hosting Miss World again?
I have a very funny story to share with you. But before that, when I found out that I will be going in India, I was genuinely very happy because I felt like my manifestation came to reality. Because prior to the announcement of the Miss World organization, I was talking with my team, and we were talking about the possible host countries for the 72nd Miss World. And then I kept on telling them I hope one of their options is India because it's just very rich in culture, and my most favorite food in the whole world is there. So I hope it was going to be there. And then when I heard the announcement, I was very, very happy, and I became more excited in my preparations. But the funny story was the same night that the Miss World organization announced the host country, I had a badminton session with my friends, and we were having coffee at that time. I think it's 10 p.m. here in the Philippines. And then I had this urge to open my phone. And then when I opened my phone, it was a few seconds ago when the Miss World announced that it will going to be in India, and it will be May 7th to 31st. And I froze the whole night. I didn't spoke a word for the rest of the night, and my friends kind of know why, because of course it's shocking to think. And then
Yeah.
I went home, I slept through it, and then I think I shared this on my broadcast channel that there's this sudden urge of energy that I felt. I was blasting my music out loud. I was listening to Atin Ang Mundo, the music that we used during the Miss World Philippines, and
Yeah.
realizing that it's finally happening, that I will be representing the Philippines, and I will be able to meet my sisters I've been talking to for months.
Yeah.
So it's just very fascinating to think that it will be in India.
You know, I have the same story like you. I was on my bed. I was doing my office work from home, and I just opened my Instagram for a while, and I got to know that India is hosting again. So I literally jumped off my bed and I called my brother, and he was like, "Let's go for a coffee." We went for a coffee, and sitting in the Starbucks, we were discussing the possibility of the event that might happen, in Telangana. Because last year when it was in Mumbai, so we had the honor to watch the pageant live from the venue, Miss World, and to
Wow,
meet all
that's
the
nice.
contestants and to meet Julia Morley. So I was like, let's do it again because happening it in India back to back is very rare. Like it seems impossible that India might host Miss World again because last year we hosted as well. So when it was announced, I was like over the sky.
Yes, that's absolutely true. I don't think of anywhere else that would be the perfect host country for Miss World, because
Yeah,
India is very rich in heritage and culture. It's full of colors. It's super vibrant, and with Miss World as a celebration of culture, our diversity and purpose, I do believe that it's the perfect venue for that. So yeah, I cannot wait to celebrate with you there.
that's gonna be amazing. So someone is asking this thing that what is your favorite food? Like as you just mentioned that India has your most favorite food in
I
the world.
know. My most favorite food. I have to be. I was saying sorry to my dad because my dad is a chef. He's a cook, and I love all of the things that all of the meals that he's preparing. But my most favorite food in the whole world is really biryani. I kind of like. I was very obsessed with it the first time that I tried it. I think that was 2021 when I first tried biryani, and ever since then I was craving for it. Like if there's one thing that I can eat for the rest of my life, it will be that. So yeah, I cannot wait to experience the authentic biryani in Hyderabad. So I believe it's the most
Yeah,
famous meal there. Yeah.
yeah. The Hyderabadi biryani is one of the most famous meal, and I think you will have a blast. Like because biryani is your favorite, so I think you will be having that satisfaction of eating biryani the whole time.
For sure, absolutely true. And I cannot wait as well to try other recipes that India has to offer. So
We are planning one thing. So last year when in Delhi, Miss World was there. So I met Miss World Finland and Miss World Canada together. So we offered them some handmade laddus in the Indian sweets. So my
mm.
mother and I made those sweets and they loved it. So we are just planning to bring all those laddus and some Indian sweets, handmade Indian sweets for all of you in Telangana.
Oh my, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that I can try your mom's recipes. I always say this, that our parents' cooking is the best in the whole world. So I cannot
Yeah.
wait for that.
That would be amazing. The next question is, I really want to ask you this question because you all are inspiration to all of us because you are working so hard to represent your country. And Philippines being a powerhouse in pageantry, so that comes up with extra pressure on your shoulders to represent Philippines in the best way possible.
No,
So I really want to ask you this question that how's the preparation going? And I hope that it is not that much hectic because you're representing Philippines.
that's absolutely true. Representing the Philippines is not only an honor, but it's one of the greatest responsibilities that a queen has.
Yeah.
And my preparation has been going very smoothly, and it's been very great. Ever since my pageant journey started, I had the opportunity to work with talented Filipino creatives, individuals who,
Mhm.
up until now, is guiding me. And that's why I can say that my preparation is all about our collaborative efforts. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going there as me, as Krishna. I am going there because I will be representing the visions, the crafts, the masterpieces of the team that I am working with, the values of the Filipinos and the entire Philippines. But I have to be honest with you, there are some challenges in preparations because,
Yeah.
aside from preparing for Miss World, I also have other jobs and responsibilities outside my pageant career. So I travel across the Philippines to attend pageant events and other events, and I also do modeling jobs aside. And I recently signed with a contract label here in the Philippines, Universal Records Philippines. That's why I'm also working on producing my own music. And yeah, that's why it's a tough job to do all of that at once. And it's challenging me in a way of time management and also maintaining a healthy body. But then again, I am making sure that I won't be pouring from an empty cup. That's
Yeah.
why I'm making sure that I'm eating clean, working out, and towards the competition, I have the healthiest body and mind.
That's amazing. And I have to give that credit to all of you, like all the contestants, including you, that kudos to all of you that you are working so hard to represent your beautiful countries at Miss World. Miss World being the biggest pageant in the world and such a competitive pageant it is. You know, you are taking all the responsibilities on your shoulders, and we don't know, like, what is happening behind the cameras. We are just seeing your pictures and videos, but the hard work that you all are putting in is commendable. So kudos to all of you.
Yes, that's why I have the absolute respect for all my sisters, for all the queens that's, representing not only, maybe not their countries, but their communities. Because
Yeah.
here in the Philippines, if we have a lot of pageants here. So I do judge a lot of pageants and I see how hardworking even young women are. That's why I am very privileged to be here, and I am, using this title, this platform to inspire as many young girls as possible, because this is not an easy job to do, but it's very, very worth it.
Exactly, exactly. And Philippines is very close to my heart. Like I have been to
Aw.
Philippines before pandemic. So I was in Makati and Cebu City for an event,
Oh,
and
really?
I love
How
that
was
culture.
it?
It was amazing, and it is one of my best international trips till this day. I mean, like I really love Philippines, and even though I was in Philippines that year, but I never felt that I'm not in India. I felt like that I'm in India right now because I met so many Indian Filipino people over there. So always, Filipino queens, Philippines as a country is always close to my heart.
Oh my gosh, I know. I've always believed that, of course, we have a lot of differences, but one thing we have in common is, our warmest heart and support for each other. And
Yeah.
that I'm glad that you have had this experience here. And, I can't wait maybe to meet you there. Or maybe if you go back here in the Philippines, then I can tour you around.
You know, if you win Miss World, so during a homecoming, I will surely plan to join it.
Ah, that's nice.
That would be amazing. Yeah. All
That
right.
would
So
be
we have
nice.
next question for you. So Miss World has so many rounds, and Beauty with a Purpose being the most important round, and that makes Miss World the most special pageant. Would you like to elaborate about your Beauty with a Purpose to everyone?
Yes, I agree. The beauty for the purpose is the very distinctive aspect of the Miss World, and I am very privileged to be a part of that. And my Beauty with a Purpose project, actually, it started a few years ago. It was 2022 when I founded an initiative called Color the World with Kindness. It's
Mhm.
simply having the idea of paying forward the kindness that I received through, spreading kindness, laughters, and smiles, and instilling a sense of hope to the children in our community. But as time went by, it became a youth-led initiative because a lot of youth volunteers believed in the cause. They wanted to be a part of the organization. And that's why we were making sure that in our group, we instill the value of kindness and empathy and compassion. And we've worked with a few organizations that promote animal welfare, youth empowerment, and most especially education. What we do is we've had a lot of stray feeding initiatives. We do participate in benefit concerts for the voiceless. We also collaborate with the organization called Kada Career, which we offer or provide online courses or seminars regarding the importance of self-awareness, regarding the importance of, building confidence and career building to the youth. We also did fundraisings for the typhoon victims here in the Philippines, the natural disaster
Mhm.
victims. And whenever it is needed to do a fundraise, we do that. But now we are more focused on helping the schools in Iris and Baguio City. So we do that in order to highlight the importance of providing a more conducive learning facility for the children and a better implementation of education for them. Because right now in our community, we have 7 daycare centers that caters I think, over 400 children, and we only have 6 dedicated and passionate teachers. It's heartbreaking to think that kind of ratio, like 6 teachers is to over 400 children, is kind of like overcrowded. That is why in our own little ways of providing more advanced tools for the teachers so that they can do their work more efficiently, that the education that the children are receiving is not compromised. That is our goal, to have these children or to provide these children a more conducive learning facility and the best learning system. Because if we do that, if we empower them, to explore their creative freedom, to empower them to maximize the resources that they have, then they can achieve their fullest potentials and pursue their future professions in the future. But not only that, my aim is not only to raise awareness regarding the problems of our educational system, but also to highlight our Filipino culture of bayanihan spirit. Bayanihan spirit means coming together, being together in terms of in times of adversities and conflicts and problems. And I believe that with bayanihan spirit that encompasses kindness and compassion and empathy, then we can do a lot of possibilities and make, positive changes, not only in the Philippines, but all across the world.
Like, first of all, that's an amazing project, and I got goosebumps when you were saying about your BWAP.
Oh, thank
And
you.
people are literally saying this thing that you are like front runner for sure, but you are a winner for this competition because they are really loving you. Like,
Oh,
they are
thank
literally
you.
loving you.
Thank you so much. Sometimes sometimes whenever I see a lot of comments about that, it's still unbelievable. It's mind blowing to think that a lot of people believes in my cause, in my potential, and they're very sweet. Especially you, Pageant Media, has been working as well to empower us beauty queens. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you so much for your support.
And I really admire you all because I do feel like that's my individual opinion that if you have the platform and if you have the resources to uplift others, be it any cause, educational cause, and any other societal cause, we all should do that because God does not grant these resources to everyone, you know. So if you have a platform, if you have resources, so you can just give your best shot to work and to serve for the society. And I think you are doing an amazing job in that. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you so much. Yes, I absolutely agree with you that, if you have the platform, if you have the capability to help others, then do so. It's why it's also one of my inspirations in pushing forward for this organization. Even sometimes it's very hard,
Yeah,
to organize or handle your own organization. But I've always looked forward to, or always look back to where I came from before, growing up with very limited resources, growing up with, having that passion, but you don't have anything that you can work on because, of life's reality, living under poverty, and looking back from then to now that I'm more capable of giving back to the community, then why not? Because we only have one world, we only have one home, we only have each other. So we should instill that sense of hope and empathy and help each other when it is needed.
that's so well said. So like so true about that. So moving on to the next question, and the question is: have you talked to your fellow contestants from this batch, and have you find your best friends from this group?
Oh my, yeah, I did. I've talked to a lot of them actually. And I actually met Miss Island. She went here in the Philippines and I really appreciate that she reached out to me. And then we had a very sweet dinner and then we talked about our preparations, the things that we are passionate about, our community
Yeah,
projects. She's just very, very sweet. And to have that connection prior to the competition is something that I look forward to. And also I've talked to a lot of my Miss World sisters. I am very glad that I am a part of a batch that's not only equally gorgeous but also hardworking and very very nice. That's why I'm really looking forward to meet all of them, and I hope that all of them will become my best friends.
that would be amazing, you know. And I do believe that pageantry gives you lifetime friendship. I mean, for example, glamour of pageants. So we have a team behind this page, and one of the team members, Abhishek, is also there in the live. And you know, you won't believe this thing that we have not
So, ayun, mga buweks, diba? Galing. Natutuwa naman ako kay Krishna Gravidez. Well, anyway, unang-una, no, napansin ko ang ganda-ganda ni Krishna Gravidez ngayon. Ngayon pa lang, she is glowing. Ayan, munti ko naman sabing growing. Growed na. Kumbaga, ano na siya, growed tuloy. Grew up already na siya, no? Pero ayun, napansin ko, she's glowing. Ngayon pa lang, napapansin ko dito kay Krishna Gravidez, habang tumatagal, paganda siya ng paganda, padyosa ng padyosa ng padyosa. 'Di ba? Tapos ang ganda-ganda ng styling niya. Tapos dito na simpleng-simple lang siya, naka-hairband, tapos gano'n lang yung damit niya, simple lang yung makeup. Kitang-kita natin yung kanyang beauty, talaga namang naggo-glow siya, 'di ba? Meron siyang winning glow. Sa totoo lang. Ito napansin ko kay Krishna Gravidez, yung kanyang anyway, masyado ako na-excite na kay Krishna Gravidez ngayon, no? Habang papalapit na ang Miss World, nagaganapin sa Telangana, India, ay talaga namang mas lalo ako na-excite. Kasi unang-una, syempre, magre-represent na siya ng ating country. Yan ang kanya talagang dream, no? Hindi nga siya natuloy sa Miss Charm, di ba? Pero ngayon, ayan, malapit-lapit na ang Miss World at talaga namang makikita na natin siya sa international pageant, di ba? Tapos, napansin ko rin dito kay Krishna, yung kanyang bunganga, grabe mga buweks. Ang laki ng improvements niya sa kanyang communication skills, 'di ba? 'Di ba 'yun yung ano, yung parang hindi naman sobra-sobrang ano, talamak, 'no? Kumbaga 'yan yung Waterloo niya kahit na sa Miss Universe Philippines pa. Kahit nga sa Miss World Philippines. Pero nakita naman natin ang kanyang, 'di ba napanood natin ang kanyang communication skills talaga namang ay ibang level na mga buwegs, di ba? Talagang nilalamon na mikropono at hindi nagtira ng abo, di ba? Dito sa kanyang interview, nakakatuwa. I'm very, very proud kay Krishna Gravidez. Grabe, no? Ang ganda ng mga sagutan niya, napaka-on point, klaro, kompletos, recados, talagang lahat ng tanong nung Indiano na nag interview sa kanya ay talagang nasagot niya lahat, 'di ba? At talagang ang haba, eh. Well, wala naman niyang time limit, 'no? So, lahat ng kaya niyang ibuga, naibubuga niya or naibuga niya, 'no? Kasi minsan sa final Q&A, sa beauty pageants, 'no? Tingin ko kaya medyo hindi tayo solved sa naisasagot ng isang kandidata kasi nga 40 seconds, 30 seconds lang. So parang siguro naiisip ng mga kandidata na parang paano ko pagkaasyahin yung mga gusto kong sabihin magaganda. Kaya minsan ang naibubuga nila yung hindi maganda, 'di ba? Parang gano'n. So, parang nagkakahalo-halo na sa utak nila. May mga gano'ng tao, eh, 'pag ano na, 'pag kinakabahan ka na, 'pag nag-iisip ka, ang dami pumapasok sa isip mo, kung ano yung ibubuga mo, hindi mo na alam kung ano yung ibubuga mo. So, sobrang dami nung pumasok sa isip mo, 'di ba? So, yung iba naman talagang ano lang, wala lang talagang laman yung iba. 'Di ba? Yung mga latang walang laman talaga, yun ibang usapan naman yon. Pero dito kay Krishna Gravidez 'no, nakakatuwa na yung pagbibigay niya ng ano, ng kanyang mga kasagutan, talaga namang kitang-kita mo na she's very eloquent, very articulate, tapos merong conviction. Naramdaman ko yung mga bugahan niya dito kumpara sa kanyang communication skills on how she answers the question doon sa mga nagtatanong sa kanya dati. Pati sa kanya mga sagutan sa mga national pageants, no? Sa Philippines. So, kudos kay Krishna Gravidez, pati yung sa nagtitrain sa kanya. Nakakatuwa yan, no? Nakakatuwa tong si Krishna Gravidez. Talagang pinakita niya sa atin or ipinapakita niya sa atin, no? Yung kanyang eagerness to clinch the crown sa Miss World, di ba? So, sana maibigay sa kanya. Sana makita natin na, kasi nakikita ko na deserving si Krishna Gravidez sa Miss World ngayon to represent our country. So, nakikita ko na malakas ang laban natin dito kay Krishna Gravidez. Bukod sa maganda, meron nito. 'Di ba? So hindi naman natin kailangan talaga ng bumubula yung bunganga ng bonggang-bongga, 'di ba? Yung talagang encyclopedia, mga ganyan-ganyan. So kailangan natin ng bukod sa ganda, nakakasagot. Katulad ni Krishna Gravidez. At sana yung ganitong galawan niya, yung ganitong mga bugahan niya ay madala niya rin doon sa Miss World sa India ngayong taon, 'no? Kasi nakikita ko talaga itong si Krishna Gravidez, ang lakas-lakas talaga ng ano, ang lakas-lakas ng kanyang potensyal, 'no, na masungkit ang korona ng Miss World. So, sana lang yung ganitong eagerness, yung ganitong uhaw factor, yung ganitong gigil factor ay madala niya sa India. Kasi karamihan ng mga kandidata, hindi lang sa Pilipinas, 'no, ang gagaling nila sa mga national pageants, pero pagdating na sa host country, parang dumarating yung time na tumitiklop sila. Nangyari din yan sa ating mga kandidata, no? Sa mga kandidata ng Pilipinas. Pagdating sa host country, tumitiklop. Sana hindi mangyari yan. But I believe, yung kandidata nating si Krishna Gravidez, tingin ko talaga, magiging laban na laban ito. Kasi nakikita ko sa kanya mga galawan sa social media, eh. Kumbaga sa Instagram account niya, sa Facebook niya, hindi siya nawawala ng mga post. So napakasipag niyang mag-post sa kanyang social media, 'di ba? Ang ganda ng kanyang makinarya, 'di ba? So lahat-lahat na, kumbaga masasabi ko tong si Krishna Gravidez na talaga namang complete package talaga. So talagang makikita mo tulad ng sinabi niya na kahit na may mga training siya, talagang nagtatrabaho pa rin siya, nagko-concentrate siya sa kanyang advocacy, 'di ba? Sa kanyang mga trainings din, napakasipag. 'Di ba? So ano pa ba ang hinahanap, ano pa ba ang kulang kay Krishna Gravidez, 'di ba? Para hindi maibigay sa kanya ang corona ni Mama Julia ng lola niyo, 'di ba? Puwera na lang kung mekos-mekos na naman ito sa India, 'di ba? Well, nung last time hindi naman tayo na mekos-mekos doon kay ano, kay Gwendolyn, no? So feeling ko hindi rin naman talaga ano, hindi rin naman talaga, ay naku, yun na yun, no? Eto kasing si Krishna, iba talaga yung ganda, iba yung bugahan ng bunganga, iba yung dedikasyon na nakikita ko dito kay Krishna. Talagang effort kung effort. Hindi tulad ng iba dyan sa chabi-chabi, di ba? Na halos ilan, ano ba, 2 taon, 3 taon na hindi pa na-memorize yung mga binubuga doon sa Beauty with a Purpose, di ba? Basta yun na yun, di ba? But anyway, mga buweks, ano masasabi nyo dito sa ating mga chika ngayong araw na ito? Sa tingin nyo ba, posibleng masungkit ni Krishnah Gravidez or mag-penetrate man lang ito sa top 12 or makasungkit ng runner-up, ayan ha, first or second princess sa Miss World na gaganapin ngayon sa Telangana, India? Or sa tingin nyo ba, posibleng siya na ang susunod kay Megan Yang sa mga yapak ni Megan Yang bilang isang Miss World from the Philippines? Diba? Ibagsak nyo na ang inyong pinakamatitinding komento dito sa ating comment section para makita ko rin ang inyong mga opinion. Hanggang sa susunod natin mga chika-chikahan. Bye for now mga Blacks, and I love you all. Bye! See ya!